Hey all sports, welcome back to a Dillcast episode. Today is not really an episode, it's just a quick update. A few big trades have gone down over the weekend, and I'm just gonna give you this episode is just a pre-trade deadline update. It's not gonna be an actual Dillcast episode. Just gonna be an update here. So I'm just gonna read to you all the trades and signings that have happened since April 7th. So, April 7th was last Wednesday. It is currently April 11th, Sunday, April 11th. There's been a lot of moves today, especially yesterday. And we're just going to be going over them. And then, obviously, on Tuesday is going to be the actual episode reviewing all the moves from the trade deadline tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to go over every deal that happened. So basically there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 trades. And there was and then 2 signings. So 10 trades and 2 signings to go over. Yeah, let's just get to it right now. So the first trade that we'll be talking about is the Kyle Palmieri trade. The Islanders trade trade Mason Jobs, AJ Greer, a first-round pick in 2021, a fourth-round pick in 2022, in exchange for Kyle Palmieri and Travis Zajac. The Islanders are obviously pushing for a cup. They are a top team in the East Division. They've been very surprising this season, obviously coming off a conference finals appearance against the Tampa Bay Lightning last season, and they're looking solid. And now to add a couple guys, like a couple forwards like Travis Zajac and Kyle Palmieri, this really helped their team. I really like this move for the Islanders. By the way, I'm not going to give any grades. I'm just going to review them. Anyways, yeah, I really like this move for Palmieri, for the Islanders, to grab a couple guys who've always been really great on offense. Moving on, we have a deal between the Panthers and the Blackhawks. These guys in division, they play in the same division, the Central Division. They've always been and they've made quite a few trades this year, and I'm pretty sure this is their third one this year. Yeah, it was to the Panthers. It was Lucas Wallmark and Lucas Carlson in exchange for Brett Connolly, Riley Stillman, Henrik Bjorkstrom, and a 7th-round pick in 2021. Blackhawks gained some younger players as well as a solid contender in Brett Connolly. So I like this move for the Blackhawks. Panthers also grabbed Wallmark, a solid center, to help out their forward core. And I'm pretty sure Lucas Carlson is a D-man. Yes, he is. So the Panthers grab a couple guys on both sides. Brett Connolly, I remember they signed from Washington last season. I don't really focus on that too much, but good move by the Panthers and the Blackhawks. Nonetheless, I think this was really even. Moving on, we had this was a trade that happened on Friday between the Maple Leafs and the Blue Jackets. Riley Nash heads to the Columbus Blue Jackets for a conditional 7th-round pick in 2022. The Leafs gained some cap space as they put Riley Nash on LTIR, and then in the playoffs, he may be in the lineup for the playoffs. He's a great defensive player. Put him on the 4th line possibly with guys like Wayne Simmons and Pierre Engvall. Liking this move for Toronto. The Blue Jackets don't really get anything back, so yeah. Moving on, we have another trade here between I'm pretty sure they've been rivals for a while. The Avalanche and the Red Wings. Patrick Nemeth heads to the Avalanche in exchange for a 2022 4th-round pick. The Avalanche gained a solid defenseman who's probably going to be in their core, in their defensive core. The Avalanche are pushing for the playoffs, and the Red Wings grab a solid pick for a solid prospect. Not much to think about this deal. Colorado gains a D-man to help out their lineup, and this is exactly what happens to in the next deal. The Buffalo Sabres acquire a 3rd-round pick in 2021 from the Florida Panthers in exchange for Brandon Montour. is a defenseman who's having a solid year for Buffalo. Well, was having a solid year for Buffalo now. Obviously, Buffalo's been horrendous this year. They're the worst team in the NHL. But, yeah, they gained a third-round pick, and that's pretty solid. They lose Montour, which is kind of rough, but at the end of the day, the Panthers really Panthers gain a really good player to help out their decor, and like I said, push them into a really good spot for the playoffs. Then we have a trade here. The Avalanche acquire a much-needed backup in Devan Dubnyk. The Sharks acquired him earlier in this year, and they only had to give up Greg Pateryn and a fifth-round pick. Maybe Pateryn was in their decor and then flipped him. Obviously, they got Nemeth, like I said a couple minutes ago. Yeah, the Avalanche just stacking up on young, unsolid guys for their depth. We'll see if they make a big move tomorrow. Hall has not been traded. Taylor Hall has not been traded yet. So we'll see if he goes there. I'm pretty sure it was between Toronto, Boston, and Edmonton, the top 3 teams, to get Taylor Hall. Now it seems like it's not Toronto's out of the board because the following trade coming out. Yeah, big trade there. There's a solid trade there for the Avalanche. Moving on, we have a 3-team deal between the Lightning, the Blue Jackets, and the Red Wings. The Blue Jackets trade away a first-round pick and a fourth-round pick. Trade away David Savard to the Lightning. The Lightning trade a 2021 first-round pick to Columbus and a 2022 third-round pick to Detroit. And Detroit trades Brian Lashoff to Tampa, and Detroit acquires a fourth-round pick from Tampa in 2021. Good 3-team deal. The Lightning get the 2 players, and the other 2 teams get 2 picks. Blue Jackets really stacking up on picks this year, and obviously they're going in rebuilding mode as majority of their players are getting older and starting to regress. They're not in a playoff spot as of right now, and yeah, it looks like they're gonna be they're not gonna get the same success. They've been mediocre for basically their whole franchise, and I guess they're finally gonna go for the first time in a while. They're finally gonna go into a rebuilding mode, grab some picks, and hopefully build through the draft. They have some solid guys like Laine, Texier, Bjorkstrand's even pretty good. Liam Foudy, Jack Roslovich. List goes on. So obviously on D, Seth Jones, Zach Werenski. So the Blue Jackets definitely have some guys they can build around, and grabbing a picks like this is going to be really important for their rebuild. Moving on, the Devils trade away a third-round pick in 2021 to Washington and acquire Jonas Siegenthaler. I don't know, young guy, young defenseman. Not too big. I guess New Jersey looking to extend on their decor. Maybe a third-round pick is a little much, but that's the deal. And then the final trade. Well, not the final trade. The second last trade here. Another defenseman going to a contender. The Montreal Canadiens. Well, actually, the Devils aren't a contender. The Montreal Canadiens acquired John Merrill. Solid defenseman, and Detroit grabs Hayden Verbeek. I don't know, some AHL guy, and a 5th-round pick in 2021. I guess John Merrill will crack the Habs lineup, and will help them get to the playoffs. Get in a secure playoff spot. Obviously, the Canucks and Flames are still battling. Obviously, the Canucks going through some bad times with the virus, so it's rough for them. But I guess the Habs Merrill will go through 1 week of quarantine, but it might be worth it in the end to grab a guy like that. Moving on, we have our final trade. It's between the Maple Leafs, the Blue Jackets, and the San Jose Sharks. Now, I will read to you the exact deal. Here I have the deal. I'm scrolling through Twitter, and here, perfect. I have the deal. So the Toronto Maple Leafs acquire Nick Foligno and Stefan Noesen. The Blue Jackets acquire Toronto's first-round pick in 2021. Their 2022 fourth-round pick, and then the Sharks. Anyway, sorry about the pause. So yeah, continuing, the Maple Leafs so that's final deal. The Leafs grab Nick Foligno, Columbus's captain. This is a huge deal. We to add on to all the players getting those all the picks and players being thrown around. The Sharks retain 25% of Nick Foligno's cap hit. The Blue Jackets retain 50% of Foligno's cap hit, and the Leafs only have to pay 25% of Foligno's contract. So that means $1.375 million. So the Leafs are only paying a guy like Nick Foligno $1.375 million a year. This is the final year of his contract. But the Leafs gain a really great top six forward. We'll see how he plays out on the team. I'm not really sure where the Leafs will slot him. With Nylander being out for the next few days, and then he's gonna have to go through 1 week of quarantine. This gives Sheldon Keefe a big thought process. Who do you drop? Pierre Engvall, possibly. I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to go. You could say Barabanov, but Barabanov is taking the place of William Nylander right now. So basically, it goes like Hyman, Matthews, Marner, Galchenyuk, Tavares, Nylander, Thornton, Kerfoot, Spezza, and then Mikheyev, Kerfoot, and Simmons. So we'll see where Foligno has to take place. I think the Leafs will go for one more trade tomorrow. On the deadline, the Leafs only have to pay, like I said, $1.375. So they still have a lot of cap space left, as Freddie Anderson and Riley Nash are on LTIR. So this gives the Leafs some cap space, and then maybe they trade away a defenseman and a forward and maybe a pick, and get back a defenseman or even a goalie like Linus Ullmark. Anything is still up there, but this is the huge trade for the Leafs. Kyle Dubas working his magic. It's a great trade. Although you give up your first-round pick, you're basically a guaranteed playoff spot. It's really huge. The Leafs really should be able to win the first round this year, minimum. So that's a top 20 pick. And then considering the Leafs, get to the third round or even the finals, it's really out there, and we'll see what happens. But Foligno is an expiring deal, so the Leafs, he's a good player, so we'll see if the Leafs have enough cap space to bring him back, considering Frederik Andersen, Zach Hyman, guys like that are still are both contracts are expiring this year. So yeah, we'll see if this is just gonna be a rental. We'll see where that pick plays out. Very small chance the Leafs miss the playoffs. They're on a hot streak right now. Their last 9 or 10, I believe, they haven't gone a regulation loss, so they've gone a point every game, 1 overtime loss, and then I'm pretty sure that all of them are wins. Jack Campbell's been fire. Leafs are on fire. We'll see what Foligno decides to do. I'm really, as a Leafs fan, really excited about this I'm really excited about this trade. Like I said, I have no idea what the lines are gonna look like next week. But anyways, he's a good offenseman, but obviously he's a better defensive forward. We'll see where he plays out. That's something that the Leafs really need. So yeah, I just hope he's not on the fourth line. But like I said, somebody's gonna have to be cut out of that Leafs lineup, and we'll see where that plays out. Anyways, enough talking about the Leafs. Obviously, I'm a huge fan, so I know everything about them. But yeah, now we'll talk about our 2 contracts. Actually, since April 7th, there's been 3. But Cody Golubev of the Senators have been signed. I've never heard of his name before, so we'll just continue with the 2 guys. The Canucks bring back Tanner Pearson for 3 years, $3.25 million. Maybe a little bit of an overpay. He's a guy who's 28 and not nearly enough. The points he puts up, earlier in his career in LA, Pittsburgh. But I don't know. The Canucks, they need a push to get to that playoff spot. They've been very disappointing this year. I thought they were going to be the best team in the division, and they've been nothing near that. Obviously missing a lot of games due to COVID. I don't know why I said that, due to a virus. But yeah, it's a little bit of an overpay. We'll see if Pearson puts up big points, and everyone's gonna have to contribute for the Canucks as they try to fit into a playoff spot. And then the final the other signing is Nikita Gusev, 1 year, $1 million to Florida. The Devils put him on waivers and unconditional waivers, and he was cleared, and he was sent to free agency. And then that's where Florida picked him up for 1 year, $1 million. Yeah, I guess it just wasn't really a good fit for Gusev in New Jersey. And we'll see if the Panthers enjoy having him. The Panthers actually making some pretty nice moves here to slowly become the Central Division winners. Obviously grabbing Montour and Wallmark, and obviously now Gusev. So a lot of guys, a lot of trades, and they're destined to be more tomorrow. It's gonna be fun to watch. Currently, I would be in school during it, but I am. I'm gonna reload every once in a while and watch Ignite TV. Rogers, just watch the on Sportsnet. I'm gonna watch all day. I'm gonna watch everything. So I'm, as a Leafs fan, I don't think as a Leafs fan, I know that there's gonna be some more moves. They have so much more cap space. They have more cap space to go around, and they still have some spots. I like that move. I like a lot of teams, a few days ago just looked like, they might win a round or 2, but now they look like cup contenders within a span of the weekend. Maybe teams like the Leafs or the Panthers or the Avalanche. Now the Avalanche always have been cup contenders. But yeah, anyways, huge deals to go around. The Leafs grab a huge player. Same with and then I think the biggest moves were the Foligno move and the Palmieri move. Yeah, the Islanders were one of the teams who turned from a contender to a cup contender. Anyways, see the episode on Tuesday. Just a quick update here. Didn't expect it to be this long, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a good trade deadline day tomorrow, guys. Hope your team makes some nice successful moves. I think the Leafs won the move with the Foligno trade, but anyways, I love you guys all, and yeah, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Yeet!